The itel RS4 is a new device from itel and it is targeted at gamers on a budget. At a glance, it has a bit of gaming aesthetics and a lot more under its belt. It is powered by the Mediatek Helio G99 Ultimate with 8 or 12 gigs of RAM. It has 256 gigs of storage space, no matter which variant you go for, and it has a 5000 mAh battery and 45 watt fast charging support. There are a couple of other things we'll talk about as we deep dive to explore this phone, because they say specs on paper always tell half the story all the time. But is that true? My unit here has a starting price of $201,300, which is below $150 at the time of making this video. If you want to buy the 12GB RAM variant, it goes up to 221,000 naira, which is still not up to $150. The box is unique and there are 4 magnets holding it up. It has the gaming vibe, and once you open it up, you get the phone, a silicone TPU case, a USB-C cable, SIM ejector tool, and a 45 watts charging adapter. Guess how long it takes to charge the itel RS4 from 0 to 100 in the comment section before we talk about it. My unit came with an earbud that complements the phone, and if you buy the phone and earbud at the same time, itel is going to give you a discount. The moment I took the phone out of the box, the first thing I did was to download and play games. It makes a lot of sense since it's a gaming phone. We'll talk more about gaming performance in a bit. The line at the back of the phone kind of gives it a gaming vibe, and to me it looks like a racing track, and that's what even itel referenced on their website. It is made of plastic at the back and my color is silver white, and there are other color options out there. What I like about this color is that it doesn't show fingerprint stains despite having a glossy finish. It gives you a brush textured feeling in the eye, but at the hand you don't really feel the texture. You get this big camera ring in the middle and it houses 2 cameras and a flashlight. We'll talk more about the cameras in a bit. The frame is made of plastic and we have a side mounted fingerprint scanner that also doubles as the unlock key on the right side. It is placed in a comfortable place that is easy to reach. The volume rockers are also tactile. On the left side you get the SIM card holder, and the phone supports dual cards with a slot for memory expansion. Despite the fact that it has 256 gigs storage space, you get dual and immersive speakers that have good bass and are also important while playing games. You get a headphone port, which is important for gaming, and there is also a USB-C charging port at the bottom. The design of the phone gives it that gaming vibe, and you also get a phone that weighs around 200 grams. It is easy to hold in the hand. You also don't get any creaking or flex on any part of the phone. The large camera ring and the RS logo inside also makes it stand out. Now, what's a gaming phone without a good display? The itel RS4 has a 6.56-inch IPS LCD display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a 720p resolution. The phone has a display that is sized perfectly for gaming, in my opinion, because it's not too big. The resolution might be on the low side with 720p, but it's one of the corners they had to cut to keep the price low. The refresh rate also makes up for that in some aspect because it keeps everything smooth and fast on the display. By default, it is set to auto refresh rate, but I set mine to stay at 120Hz all the time. You can also change other things in the display settings, like how fast you want the display touch and motion speeds. There is also an inadvertent mode that prevents mistouch while the phone is in your pocket. itel also used a Z-axis linear motor to improve the haptics on the display. The feedback you get while using this display feels much better than some more expensive phones out there. It's one of my complaints while using the Tecno Camon 30. You can stream videos at up to 2K on YouTube and the colors are very okay. Outdoors, it is also bright enough when you max out the display brightness. It is responsive to touch, and my only quirk is that it has a 720p resolution. However, if it had like 1080p resolution, then this phone will be around 300,000 naira. Another noticeable thing is the bezel, especially the chin at the bottom of the display. It's quite noticeable and one would expect it to be a bit thinner, but it is what it is. The display is functional above all, and the bezels don't get in the way while you are trying to use the display of the phone. Hopefully, if there will be an itel RS5, then we are expecting a slimmer bezel and maybe 1080p resolution. There is a punch hole cutout at the center of the display housing the selfie camera, but I don't see it while gaming or watching content. Overall, the display is okay and the experience is great for gaming and content consumption. On the performance side, you get the Mediatek Helio G99 Ultimate powering the phone, and in case you care about the Geekbench scores, here it is. You get 8 gigs RAM and 256 gigs space, or maybe 12 gigs RAM and 256 gigs storage, which is enough to install some major games. I've installed Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, and Call of Duty Mobile Warzone. Playing games is good, like I've said earlier, and every other activity is okay. Games run at medium graphics and the refresh rate makes the experience better. Call of Duty Mobile runs efficiently, same thing applies for PUBG. Even Call of Duty Warzone Mobile runs smoothly at low graphic settings. The problem with Call of Duty Mobile Warzone is the fact that the graphics is not well optimized, so it's kind of choppy while you are playing it. Now, even if you play games for long sessions on this phone, it doesn't overheat. Like, the temperature is always comfortable for your hand. Apps open up swiftly and the lag is quite minimal. itel is giving you similar performance with phones that even cost more than $200 with this one. The performance and price makes a lot of sense, and if you want a phone that performs well on a budget, then I can easily recommend the itel RS4. In terms of software, it is running on Android 13 and hopefully we'll get an update to Android 14 from itel. Android 15 is almost here and it might be somehow getting a brand new phone right now that is running on Android 13 at the moment. You get all the features and customizations Android is known for, and it also comes with some pre-installed apps. You can remove some of them if you want to. You get smart panel for quick navigation to apps, and you get to use gestures like I'm doing right now. There is a special gaming mode in the settings and you have to go there and select some games for better management while you are playing them. There is memory fusion to expand the RAM by up to 16 gigs RAM or 24 gigs depending on the model you go for, or you can turn it off completely if you don't like it. Ivana, the voice assistant, is powered by ChatGPT, making it more useful. You also get the AI wallpaper generator among a host of other software features. Hopefully, we'll get an Android 14 update and it will make this phone even more easier to recommend to people. Now, the phone has a 50 megapixel primary camera and an 8 megapixel selfie camera. Although there are two camera lenses at the back, I think the 50 megapixel main lens is the focus here. The images are quite okay when you consider that the priority of this phone is for gaming. There are several options in the camera app, but I recommend you use the 50 megapixel option in the camera app if you want to get more details in your pictures. There is 10x zoom, but the details are lacking with a lot of noise. There are times when it's quite okay, maybe when the lighting condition is very okay. There is portrait mode and it works with objects and humans, and you also get a super night mode in the camera app and it enhances images in areas with low light. There is noticeable latency when you use the super night mode option to snap pictures, and you need to keep your hand stable if you want to get good quality out of that option. You get an 8 megapixel selfie camera and the images it gives you are quite impressive. You can shoot 2K videos with the front and back camera of the phone, and here are more pictures and videos from the phone, and I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Now I'm currently shooting with the 8 megapixel selfie camera up front. The sound you are listening to is coming from the phone directly. It's not edited or touched. I'd like to know what you think about it in the comment section below. I think it's quite okay for the price. This is a video with the rear camera of the itel RS4. The sound you are listening to is also coming from the speaker. I'd like to know what you think about the sound quality and the overall image quality in the comment section. Battery is another interesting aspect. The phone has a 5000 mAh battery with 45 watt charging support. You also get it in the box. What is even more interesting is that there are 3 different charging modes. The hypercharge gives you the fastest charging possible. You get up to 80% in 30 minutes if you are using that mode. There is smart charge that charges at a balanced speed and temperature, while we have low temperature charge that keeps the phone cool while it's charging, but it doesn't give you super speed. The battery life is impressive and will last an entire day on a single charge. itel also claims they have an advanced super resolution technology that reduces screen power consumption while playing games, giving you almost 8 hours of screen on time while gaming. The itel RS4 also supports bypass charging that takes power directly to the phone. It takes power directly to the phone while gaming instead of putting it in the battery. This keeps the phone temperature low while gaming and charging at the same time, but you need to enable that in the settings of the phone. Overall, the battery life is nothing short of impressive and it will last as you expect from a gaming phone. With all that I've said, will I recommend the itel RS4? Well, if you want a gaming phone on a budget, then I don't think there's anyone out there that is better than this one. The primary focus of this phone is to help you run games effectively on a budget, and I've tried a lot of games on this phone and they are just fine. It has an impressive battery life that will last you for almost 8 hours while playing any game, and you also get fast charging when it's low. You can also charge the phone and play games at the same time, and it's not going to affect battery life because the power is not being stored in the battery. Maybe I have a problem with one or two things, which include the 720p resolution and the software. Outside that, I don't think there's any other problem, and this phone for gaming at a budget, it's highly recommended. That's it for this video. Kindly hit on that subscribe button if you made it this far, and you can also watch the video showing on the screen right now is the review of the itel S24. I've seen in that video.